Okay, all right. So let me quickly just back up what you said about some of the small things that make us important. So I had an interaction with a number of Nigerians in the US, and they said to me that there's virtually there is no radio station in the US that don't play Nigerian music every day. You know, that's compelling. Just to piggyback on
which we shouldn't take for granted.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Like that
a few years ago.
It's one of the reasons why they respect us. You know, our music is everywhere. I mean, the guy told me on Inside Sources yesterday, he said that, look, every station in New York, every radio station in New York, they play the latest, you know, music releases from Nigeria. That is a big deal because your country is being sold in a very subtle way and everybody is speaking it. But back to the point about the Security Council. So, again, if you want to look at the level of contributions that Nigeria makes, for instance, you know, I'll make a point. In the global in the UN peacekeeping operations, the organization even conceded the chairmanship of the committee that handles peacekeeping to Nigeria forever. So they know, even in terms of the sacrifices of men, you know, over the years, you know, and resources, Nigeria is there.
Please say that again, for those who missed it.
Oh, yeah. You know,
reiterate it.
Yeah, in the peacekeeping Nigeria, they concede leadership to Nigeria for the peacekeeping over the years. You know, so, I mean, everybody knows that, look, if you're going to give it to one person, it's going to be Nigeria. But guess what? It's not going to be easy because, look, Kigali, the president,
Rwanda.
Kigali of Rwanda, is already saying that, look,
Kagame's,
thank you. I say that, look, we have to rotate it. You know, you just can't give it to one person, and there are other contenders. So it's not going to be easy, but it will be difficult. You know, if we get 2 African permanent seats and Nigeria doesn't get it, will be very difficult. But we still have to do a lot of work. You know, and that includes for the president to appoint an ambassador. You know, if he doesn't want to appoint an ambassador to all of the places, because I understand they say there are financial constraints, there are key places in this world where our ambassadors should be sitting down.
Career ambassadors.
Well, I mean, I think that we should give some credit to those guys. They pulled the stunt in New York. You know, I mean, they are career diplomats. They're not even been named as an ambassador. It's like, you know, they're just the diplomats who are there, but they have experience. They're the UN, they are in New York, so they work together. They pull off a stunt of having a vice president speak ahead of. I can read out the list because I had to go back and look at how many presidents spoke after Shetima. No less than 20. No, that is not small at all.
And that's a super big deal.
It is a super big deal, you know, in a place where everybody wants to be the first one, you know, want to get there on the first day. You know, so maybe the president will begin to look at this issue of naming ambassadors, because if we really want to get this seat, we need an ambassador in New York. We need an ambassador in Washington, D.C. We need an ambassador in London. We need an ambassador. I mean, we need this. There are key places, even in Africa, that we should have an ambassador. Even if you don't want to do the all over 100, do like 10 of key places so that we can get in on the game much higher. So I think that it will be very difficult, you know, if there are 2 seats on the permanent on the permanent membership at the Security Council and Nigeria doesn't get it. But that doesn't mean that we don't have work to do. We have a lot of work to do because there are also very strong resistance.
Is this just some carrot they've been dangling, you know, in front of other countries? This permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. I mean, it looks like a carrot that's been dangling since forever. Okay, look, we have a few seats we're considering. You know, if any one of you is good enough, good boy, good girl, as the case might be, you know, we might consider. Hasn't this carrot been dangling for way too long?
You're right, Mark. As a matter of fact, so the Americans have come on board eventually, and that's part of what has given the momentum. Americans have said, okay, you know what, we're going to concede to having 2 seats for Africa on the permanent seat. But they even say, no, they will be there as permanent members, but they won't wield
veto power. So what is the point in that?
Exactly. And Nigerians are saying, no. Look,
what's the point?
What's the point?
We spectators.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So that we'll just be here to vote, and you guys, you know, so you're right. At times it may be like a dangling carrot, but, you know, it's been on for forever. And we have to credit the current Secretary General Antonio Guterres, for really rising up to the occasion and saying that, look, it's not okay not to have African seat on permanent seat. I tried to push the question to his spokesperson last week and said that will the Secretary General, will he, besides him just saying that that Africa should get the seat, that Africa should also get the veto power? Well, the man was a little bit careful because you don't want to offend the Americans, in the UN. Not only are they the highest contributors in the finances, the UN is hosted in New York. But I think that if Africans insist that, look, it's either you give it to us or you don't, we do have the voice. And the General Assembly, which is where all the countries are represented, there is no way the General Assembly, if the General Assembly has a voice in this, that you won't have the veto powers.